Sleeping Dogs, released in 2012 by Square Enix, first appeared on Xbox 360, PlayStation 3 and PC. This year, Square Enix has decided to double dip on their creation and re-release it as a remastered definitive edition for Xbox One, PlayStation 4 and once again for PC. Is this title worth putting down the full price once again, or should it be something that was left in the last generation? Let's take a look. For those of you who are not familiar with this title, I'll give you a brief rundown of the story. Sleeping Dogs is the story of Detective Wei Shen, a Chinese-American police officer who is on an undercover mission to infiltrate and bring down the Sun On Yee triad that runs part of Hong Kong. As you progress through the story, your loyalty to the triad, along with your duty as a member of the Hong Kong police force, is tested through some of the best relationship building I've seen in a video game for quite a long time. Now, this game is as Grand Theft Auto as they come. As you drive around the streets of Hong Kong doing everything from chasing down criminals to taking part in drug trades and many other activities, what sets this apart from GTA is the fighting controls, which, while coming up before Gotham's Dark Knight and his adventures in the Asylum, set the standard for open world fighting controls as we know today as awesome. A simple combo system combined with a counter system that makes things play just like a Hong Kong action movie starring the great Bruce Lee. The other thing you'll do in this game is drive, and you'll be doing a lot of it. Wei Shen runs slower than I do, which is really saying something. However, the driving controls make the game feel like a copy of Demolition Derby rather than a sleek open-world driving game. Another thing that works against this port is the PlayStation 4 controller itself. A lot of time I was struggling to counter an opponent at the right time due to input lag, something I hope gets patched sometime soon. The real reason for this re-release is the updated graphics. Now, while the game looked great on the PlayStation 3, it looks amazing on the PlayStation 4. However, this comes at the cost of the original shortcuts becoming more apparent. The flat images used to cut animation for small things like clothing scattered on the ground or food in baskets looks all the worse due to the increase in everything else. Other than one tiny flaw, this game looks stunning. The story itself does remain unchanged, as does a lot of the missions. So if you picked up the game before, you're going to see a lot of things you've already seen. Don't expect an amazing amount of new content here unless you haven't picked up the great DLC. So not only do you get all the costume DLC, which ranges from a Bruce Lee costume to some Square Enix inspired character costumes from the likes of Hitman and Deus Ex Human Revolution, but you also get some amazing vehicles that will add variety to gameplay. Another additional bonus is MMA fighter GSP's moveset, but it doesn't end there. Sleeping Dogs also had 3 great expansions that added to the gameplay experience. The first was Nightmare at North Point, which has Wei Shen facing off against former Sun On Yee member Smiley Cat and his army of Jiangshi, or the Chinese hopping ghosts as we know them, in order to save his sorta girlfriend, not Ping. The second piece of DLC is known as the Zodiac Tournament, which once again sees Wei Shen enter and investigate an illegal fighting tournament done in the style of very aged Hong Kong action films. This comes complete with the aging grain filter, which is an amazing effect that I actually loved in this, because it made you feel like you were in a proper Hong Kong action film. The final DLC is Year of the Snake, which has Wei Shen demoted to a common street officer who gets swept up in a New Year's plot to end the world. So in the end, should you buy this game? That all depends on your situation, really. If you're a die-hard Sleeping Dogs fan like I am, then you've already got it. You know, I don't have to try and sell it to you. If you're somebody who bought the game the first time, enjoyed it, got the DLC, there's nothing for you here. The graphical upgrades are good, but they're not enough to justify a full price. If you haven't picked up this title before, and have seen something you like in this little review, then by all means, grab this version. Sure, it costs you a little more than picking up, say, a PS3 copy and going online and buying all the DLC, but the graphical improvements will be enough to help you through this phase. If you've already got the game and you haven't bought the DLC, what the hell is wrong with you? This was some of the best DLC I have ever seen from a gaming company. 3 great expansions, a ton of costumes, extra vehicles, and to be honest, as a PlayStation 3 owner, I can tell you personally, you can jump on the PlayStation Network and probably pick up the lot for less than $20. It's very, very worth it. But again, this all depends on your situation. If you've got it already and you enjoyed it, look into picking it up. If you've picked it up, didn't really like it, this ain't going to impress you. If you haven't played it before and want something to sort of see you through to the big releases later this year, this is the game to do it. And frankly, if you just really don't care about this, well, then I've got nothing for you. So until next time, I hope you enjoyed this little review I have of Sleeping Dogs Definitive Edition. I will have more reviews coming soon, so please make sure to subscribe to the channel and take a look at anything else I'm doing. I have a lot more videos on this page, so please go take a look, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.